London-based EY, the third largest of the Big Four accounting firms, has said it is moving ahead with plans to break the firm into two companies. This will create an $18 billion revenue audit firm and a separate but larger and faster growing $24 billion consulting arm. The audit business will retain the EY name, while the advisory firm will don a new brand identity. The firm's 13,000 partners across 140 countries, including 550 in India, will vote on the proposal later this year. EY Global said leaders at its 15 largest member firms, accounting for 80% of total revenues, have unanimously supported the strategy. EY's Greater China members have refused to come on board. If successful, the move would mark the biggest shakeup in the sector since the collapse of auditor Arthur Andersen in 2002 because of the Enron accounting scandal. It reduced the Big Five to Big Four. Accenture, which was split off from Arthur Andersen and listed in 2001, is now worth $183 billion, up from $6 billion at the time of its IPO. A split of EY would result in multi-million-dollar cash payouts to audit partners by the newly created consulting unit and stock awards to consultant partners who move out. Reports said the consulting business will go for an IPO with plans to raise about $10 billion by selling a 15% stake. It will reportedly borrow another $17 billion, much of which would be used to pay off the partners at EY's traditional auditing business. The breakup will ease pressure from regulators to avoid conflicts of interest arising from EY providing non-audit services to audit clients. EY's Big Four rivals have also been facing pressure to break up their audit and consulting practices.
So the one attempt which was made earlier, which was the only predecessor to EY, was the Accenture thing, where Andersen Consulting split and then converted itself into Accenture. So in some sense, I think this is a very, very radical thing. And this is also a value unlocking exercise. The regulators have been pushing for this. Until now, the Big Four have said it is not practicable because when you do audit, you also need to do forensic, some bit of it, you need to do a SaaS, you need to do tax, all of that. And therefore, having all of that under one roof, there was one argument which was put. Now that one of them has shown that they can exist without having to do all of these together, the regulators might push the others also. So it is path breaking. It is something which will have a ripple effect. Will that force the likes of McKinsey's, the likes of BCG, others to also have a relook? The answer is probably yes. The 2-3 issues which are very, very critical. One is on the tax practice. Apparently, some part of the tax practice will continue with audit because that's compliance driven. Other is going to go to consulting. How will that happen? If both are again competing with each other on audit, how will that happen? Those are some of the things which will be interesting, but none of these operational difficulties are going to be showstoppers.
EY Global CEO Carmine Di Sibio said the separation could bring in an additional $10 billion a year for the advisory business and consultancy fees from big tech companies, as the business will be freed from the conflicts that bar it from winning work with EY's large audit clients.
The move clearly is motivated by reasons that you are able to address the situation of conflicts better. It's also motivated by the reason that your ability to raise money from the public will help you grow your non-audit advisory or consulting business. I clearly see the advantages. Once you split the ownership and there is no commonality or economic sharing between partners of both the sides, then you clearly have no conflict. So the non-audit practice of EY, let's take that as an example, would be able to pursue work with the audit clients of erstwhile EY.
EY CEO Di Sibio said conflicts become harder to manage as firms get bigger. He believes that other Big Four firms like Deloitte, KPMG and PwC will have to split their businesses eventually. However, the other three have refused to follow EY's lead in breaking up their businesses and indicated continuity with their current business models of providing a mix of audit, tax, advisory, legal, and other professional services under one roof. Once brought into effect, EY's decision may lead to sweeping changes in the audit and advisory sectors. While it may prove to be a value unlocking exercise for some, others may face enhanced competition. It remains to be seen whether the other Big Four firms will change their stance anytime soon or not.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.